Italian Football Podcast.
Let's do a profile. So we do profiles every now and again on lesser known players and up and coming players. And today we are going to do a profile on Empoli goalkeeper Guglielmo Vicario, who has been, for me, the best goalkeeper in Serie A this season, over the course of the season, in terms of consistency. I'm a big fan of this goalkeeper. I think he's going to join a big club in the summer. He's very, very commanding. He's got a big frame, 6'4". But his stats back up like how good he's been this season. He's got the most big saves in Serie A this season, so he's an excellent shot stopper. He's got the fourth highest shot save percentage in Serie A this season among the goalkeepers that play regularly. And he's a penalty expert. He saved 3 of 5 penalties this season. He saved 5 penalties last season, and he saved 11 from 36 penalties in his career, which is way above average. Remember that the average for scoring a penalty is 0.8, 0.79 to 0.8. 79 to 80% of penalties are scored. So he's way above the average there, and he reads the game very well as well. He's got the most interceptions for a goalkeeper in Serie A this season. So obviously we talk about sweeper keepers and how important it is for a goalkeeper to come off his line and read the game. Goes in just with how commanding he is, very commanding of his box. And he's also, again, another modern phenomenon with goalkeepers is being able to be good with your feet. And he's 4th in Serie A for accurate passes, and he's 2nd in Serie A for goalkeepers for accurate foot passes. So again, shows that he is comfortable with the ball at his feet. So yeah, I think I think he ticks most of the boxes. I think very complete goalkeeper. I think I'm a big fan of him. Nima, are you?
I'm a big fan of him as well, absolutely. And I think if Inter were to receive a big money offer for Andrea Onana, they would consider that offer. But first they will, because there's a replacement in Guglielmo Vicario, who they look at and go, we can there's something we can do. Now, obviously, Onana has more international pedigree, having played at the highest levels of the Champions League. He's probably the best goalkeeper of the Champions League this season, Onana. So there is a difference there. But I think he is an option. He's the right age as well. If I'm not mistaken, he turns 27 in October.
Yeah.
And I like him a lot. I think I like the steps that he's taken. He says he's inspired by his primary inspiration as a goalkeeper is Samir Handanovic. His nickname is Venom Vicario because of his ability between the. You're not a big what do you call it? Like a cartoon. What do you call it? Like a comic book guy.
No.
I think they are referring to him as Venom because of the Spider-Man
character.
Yeah, in that character in that comic strip. He also, as a little side note, he has a Ukrainian family living with him. A Ukrainian family refugees living with him since the war broke out since March of 2022.
Oh well.
So no, he's an interesting character. He's in the right age, and I think he is now. It's now or never. I think everyone is looking at him. I know Milan aren't because they have the best goalkeeper in the world, but I think both Juve and Inter and Roma are all looking at him and going,
Mm-hmm. No, he's much like Bayern Munich were looking at him in January.
Yeah, in January
when Manuel Neuer broke his. What did he break? Was it his arm or his leg? He broke in the skiing accident. Yeah. I think it was his leg. So he was out for the rest of the season. Bayern needed to bring in a goalkeeper. They were looking at him. They were looking at Vicario. In the end, they went for the Swiss goalie, whose name I've completely forgotten now.
Sommer.
That's it, Sommer, Jan Sommer. Yeah, they went for Jan Sommer in the end, who's a little bit older. I think he's like 33, 34. Yeah. And but yeah, Vicario, they were looking at him, so he is somebody that is very, very well appreciated. And like I said, I've shown you the stats there. The stats don't lie.
No, they don't. They really don't.
You watch him play. He has that. What I like about him is he has an intimidating nature. He has a commanding aura about him. And I think that's very important with the goalkeepers. Obviously, you have to back it up with what you do on the pitch. But I always feel like the very best goalkeepers, they have that presence about them.
They do.
And, Buffon had it. Toldo had it.
Yeah.
Um,
All the big ones.
all
Peruzzi,
the
every single one. Zenga, yeah, every single one. I thought it was funny because I've been on this for a couple of months now about if an offer comes in from Onana, given the situation Inter are in, they should, if a big money offer, 40, 50, 60 million comes in, I think Inter should sell that and they should try to get Guglielmo, they should get Vicario for about
Well, if you're
50
talking
million.
about Inter, financially, it makes sense. I mean, obviously,
Yeah.
you'd want to keep Onana because he's been
Yeah.
fantastic this season. But, there is interest in Onana from big Premier League teams.
Yeah.
And, if they were to get 50, 60 million, even more
I'd sell
offer
him.
for him, I mean, you could get, I think this is ridiculously low from what I've heard. But, I've seen talk that Vicario is going to be available for 15 to 20 million, which sounds crazy low for me. I mean, I think he should be 30.
Yeah.
But anyway, now if you can sell Onana for 50 million and buy Vicario even for 20, you're making a 30 million profit
And you're getting a goalkeeper.
for a goalkeeper who, for me, is probably on the same level. I mean, you might put Onana higher because he's got higher international and European experience and pedigree. But in terms of actual, again, like I said, look at Serie A this season. He's been the best goalkeeper in Serie A, and I look at his overall potential and his attributes and his numbers. You're buying a goalkeeper that can be just as good, if not better, than Onana. So, I mean, financially, it makes sense for and
No, it really does, and also he'll be making less money than Onana as well. Because he won't be asking as much.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah. So no, and also this is when we interviewed Pagliuca on Sempre Inter. This is why I asked him that, because I was kind of anticipating this about. I think we interviewed Pagliuca a week or two ago, and I anticipated this, and he said, he was very clear. He thinks Onana's fantastic, but if a crazy offer, according to Pagliuca, said 100 million comes in for Onana, I'd sell him and I'd replace him with Vicario.
Yeah,
pretty much.
I would take him at Juventus as well. I mean, I think Szczesny's been much improved in 2023. I think he had a shaky start to the season, but he has been much, much better. But again, you look at his age and his contract runs out in 2024. I mean, I think that, I think Vicario. I think Vicario is good enough to make it at one of the big three. I mean, obviously, Milan, it's not going to happen because they've got Magnon. But who knows with Magnon as well? A Premier League club might come in for Magnon and bid 80 million, and then again, it's not bad. It's not a bad replacement for Magnon. I mean, I don't think anyone can replace Magnon. He's that good. But again, I think Vicario is good enough to play for any of the big three.
Agreed.
And I think he will go this summer. I think he will. I think Empoli will sell him, and I think they will sell Parisi this summer, and they will keep Baldanzi.